So good morning. I'm starting my walk at Longshaw Estate in the Peak District today. It's National Trust property and it's a nice place. It doesn't open officially till like the facilities don't open till 9:30, which I think is a bit late when you're going out for a walk, to be honest. So I'm here a bit early. So there's lots of different walks around here. So there's a couple that go down there with the looks of the way markings. I know I want to come up through this gate. Today, starting the walk at Longshaw Estate up in the Peak District, and I'm going to be going over a load of edges. So heading over to Froggatt Edge, Curbar Edge, Baslow Edge, and then round to White Edge. So you should get some good views through all of that. And I think it's going to be overall a nice route. I know some of the area I haven't done. I have done the walk from here to Froggatt Edge and round to White Edge. I haven't added on Baslow Edge before. I'm sure I would have done Baslow Edge in the past, but I don't remember it. So that's going to be a fun one to do, and I don't know what the path is like on that one. But I know that the path going to Froggatt Edge is particularly nice, so this is going to be, hopefully, all going well, a fairly pleasant walk. The weather's doing well so far as well. I do actually need to start investing in some warm gear now. It's not cold yet, but obviously we're going to get there. And I've got more than enough ideas for walks, so subscribe to keep updated with them. Yeah, so I need to invest in some better gear for it. Oh, sheep! Luckily they don't mind me like the cows do. There might be some cows on this as well. I think there's even, there used to be, I don't know if they're still there, some Highland cows on Baslow Edge that I heard about, but I think there were some issues with them, so whether they're still there, I don't know. So we might see some. I don't think he knew I was watching him, licking his bum. He got a surprise. Well, yeah, it's a beautiful path, it's a beautiful route. The only thing ruining it right now is the sound of the traffic next to me, because there's a really major road at the other side of this bush. You can't see them, but you can definitely hear them. So that is kind of like, sometimes if I can hear the motorway near where I live and I'm on a walk nearby, sort of close my eyes and you can pretend it's a waterfall or something because of the way that it's going. But this is just one car. You can't pretend it's anything more than a road. So I'm coming up to that main road now, and I do have to walk down it for a little bit, which is, I think it's the only real dicey bit of this walk. It's not particularly pleasant when you've got to walk down a main road. So I'm heading toward the Grouse Inn, and there's a footpath coming off just after the inn, and that's the one I want to take. So I think it's more common, the Froggatt Edge, White Edge, Curbar Edge, I think that's more common to do from Curbar, and the Grouse Inn makes a nice halfway point. so there's the grousing. And it hasn't been too far down the road till I get here. I'll be very glad to get off this road. Yeah, so it hasn't been far, and there's been quite a good edge for me to walk in as well, but they do go fast on this road. So it's something to consider if you come this way. And now coming off of the road, so that's fine. Oh, not much more road in this. Now that's the worst bit. I feel like it does add a lot of variety. You've got woodland, you've got the edges, the estate, the Longshaw Estate. It does add quite a lot of different elements to the walk. But it's quite a nice one. You know, it's a very easy starter if you're new to walking, hiking, walking, whatever you want to call it. This one's a really good one to start with. If you go from sort of Curbar and just do Froggatt Edge, White Edge, Curbar Edge, all that sort of route. There's a route round there that isn't as long. It's only about six or so miles, and you sort of get a lot of. It's very beautiful for very little effort. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Comparatively little effort, anyway. I'm not too sure what the mileage is of the one I'm doing. I think it's maybe 11 or 12 miles. So, but it's not difficult terrain either, so quite easy. I'm going to go this way. Oh, lucky I've caught it on a day that isn't even muddy, so that was good going. Oh, there's a lot of rocks and roots under here. It just twists the ankles a little bit if you catch them wrong. There's a lot of leaf cover now because the time of year we're getting into. I mean, not lots, but you know, it's September. It's starting, but it's enough just to cover a few of those rocks, and you think you're on safe ground, and you're not. You're going to twist your ankle. So, yeah, but it's not too bad on the mud. It's not muddy at all, considering it's a muddy track. You can imagine after this has rained, this gets really sludgy. Froggatt Edge that way, Jubilee Hill the other way. I don't know Jubilee Hill. I'll have to look up that one. There are different paths we could go on, but I'm just sticking to the obvious path on this. That's why it's easy. I haven't even had to get the map out yet. Slippy. It's been good so far. Cool. Okay, busy main road. I can hear some traffic, and that's the best we can do because there's a bend at each side and it's very fast. So the best I can do is listen for when there's no traffic. So now this is going up onto Froggatt Edge. That is good to know. You're starting to get those views. Seems all of a sudden on this one. It's like a steady incline that you barely know you're going on, and next thing you know, it opens up to these lovely views. Like I say, it's like one of those routes that's all reward, all gain, no hard work. Well, it's not major hard anyway. There's a couple of steeper spots, but not much. And there was those that are fun, you know, with rocks and things. So yeah, tree come up. Yeah, all in all, it's just a really lovely route, and quite simple because, you know, you're just following the obvious route at this point anyway. And I assume Baslow Edge is likely to be the same, so I shouldn't have any navigational issues on this one like I normally end up with. But that's because when I plot routes for these walks, I try to do a bit more exploring. I just plot any random route, so it may not be a particularly popular one. In most cases it isn't, and so you're going to go down little paths that are less obvious, less trod, overgrown. So that's part of the fun of it. I'm exploring the area. So you could go either of these two routes. They both will take me up to the top of this, but this is the more adventurous route with the looks of it, so I'm going to go through this one. A little bit of heather still out. That's nice to see. All the rest of it's turned. There's not much flower left. It's always beautiful when the heather's out. I caught it just right on the Win Hill walk, so if you want to see heather, go to that video. It's beautiful. It's all done now mostly. See just these little pockets of it, a little bit here as well. You can imagine what it looked like when all of it was that colour, that vibrant sort of pinky purple colour. Beautiful. I don't know if that's Baslow Edge. That one there. Because this road's going to come around, that's going to be going to Curbar Gap, which has a car park. That's how I know that one specifically. Because I've done this, just this walk with the edges, not up to Longshaw from Curbar Gap in the past. And if you go over the road, then that goes to Baslow Edge. They're just coming into Curbar Gap car park now. You can just see the cars glistening through the trees. It's a National Trust car park. It does usually have a van for having drinks and things like that, but it doesn't have any toilets, so worth noting. Could do with it right about now, that's why it's bothering me. So here we go. Sign for White Edge. Baslow Edge, so I'll come down this way then. That was useful because I'd have gone through the car park and over the road that way, but for not checking the map. Thinking, it's the obvious route. But that was a nice little signpost that they put in, so okay, you've redeemed yourself, National Trust. Okay. Baslow Edge, so saying this way is Baslow Edge, that is Baslow, Hucklow Edge, Sir William Hill, and then we've got Win Hill and Kinder Scout. So we've been up those on various walks, so we can see Win Hill. I think that's the one right over there. You've got a slight little flat top to it. Kinder, I mean, you might not be able to see because it's quite misty even to me. Kinder I can't see at all because of the mist. And then this is Curbar Edge, this one just here that we've just walked along. That's where we've come down. Anyway, that's nice. And I'm going to come along the slightly less official route so that I'm closer to the beautiful views of the edge. So I think what to do is go up that way, past that Eaglestone and back up to White Edge. But there is a rock further just over there and I just want to check out exactly what that is. Could be something, could be nothing, but if I have a look I'll know. It looks like some kind of memorial stone, which I thought it was what it looked like back there, but it's not a place to put one, so. So yeah, it says on it at the top, Wellington, born 1763, died 1852. Can't really tell what the rest of it says, but I checked on the map, it does say Wellington's monument. So there we go, seen that. Didn't know that was here. It does say it on the map, but I didn't look this far down because it wasn't the path I was going. I just double checked, and this nice path here isn't going where I want it to go, so there's no point me carrying on down there. So I'm going to head back and go along the route that I'd planned, which is going to take us past Eaglestone, back to Curbar car park and then onto White Edge. Over there, that's the Eaglestone. Looks like there's some cows on the path up here. Oh my gosh, they're adorable, if not a little bit scary. I think if I talk while I pass them, it'll make sure they know I'm here and I'm not dangerous. Hey cows, does he know I'm here? I don't want to startle him with his horns. And I got to see Highland cows. So we're coming back toward Curbar Edge, that you can just see over there. That's what we walked along on the way here. This is a circular route. We don't go along the same route twice, but the routes do tend to pincer together a little bit, like they're very close together in parts, so it's almost like we're going back on ourselves, but it is a different path on each of the sections, so it's quite a narrow oblong rather than a circle. Yeah, so it's a nice route though. Okay, so for this little moment we're back on the track we came in on only briefly before we turn off towards that car park, Froggatt car park. We're back at Curbar Edge, remember that's the route we came down, so we're just going to follow that up and then go around to the car park. So now we're back here and we're going to head this way to the car park and onto White Edge. Oh, the coffee smells good. I'd have had one, you know. If I could have gone to the loo, I'd have had one. Hey, go onto White Edge. Before the stone, before the land, the running hare, the pointing hand, the rattled wheel, the bright idea, something else would lead us here. So it says Birchen Edge is that way, and I don't think I've been up that one. I don't know that, so it's not ringing any bells. So I'll have to plug that one into the map sometime, plot something around there. So this isn't bad, but it's still steeper than what Froggatt Edge was. To get up on here, you're getting up to the top much quicker on this edge from this direction anyway. Could be the same for Curbar on the other side, although I don't remember coming down particularly steep, but you don't always notice when it's downhill, unless it's a tricky downhill. But this is Big Moor. I suppose it gets its name from being a particularly big moor. You can sometimes see deer on there. So that's the trig point over there. think this one feels like a longer section than the Froggatt Edge and Curbar Edge, because they had those big rocks and things on it that were particularly nice. And although this is pleasant, and it's a very nice, pleasant trail, it's all very samey. So, and you don't have the big sort of sweeping valley views, you know, of the Derwent Valley and things like that. So this section does seem to go on, it feels like it goes on a little bit longer, but in reality it's about the same. It doesn't look like there's much of a good way around all of this, to be honest. No, that weren't bad at all. To be fair, my shoes are actually waterproof, but I don't want to test it in dirty mud and have to clean them if I don't have to. I mean, they still have to be cleaned a bit, but I'd rather not have all of that on it if I can avoid it. I'm not sure how well it comes up on camera, but over there is the Grouse Inn, which we passed on the way down off that main road before we went into the woods, before Froggatt Edge. This gets slightly trickier. Squelch, squelch, squelch. Another one of these stones. Yay! Got to the end of that stretch. I mean, it was lovely, but it just went on a bit samey. I was looking forward to reaching something else. So yeah, finally. So what we've been looking at on, well actually no, we haven't been looking out on it, I tell a lie, because for most of it we couldn't see, but it was Big Moor, right? So now this is White Moor. So we've just come over White Edge, now this is White Moor. To go down that way would be to go down to the road and the Grouse Inn, and the signage here isn't really helping us because it's non-existent. But it's this way takes us back toward Longshaw. Maybe it's this way. Ah, this works. And the rain's starting. Quite big drops as well, so it's a good job I didn't listen to the forecast. I'll put my coat on and then it'll stop straight away, I bet. You watch. But yeah, they're quite big drops and they can have a tendency to just come down, can't they? So it's either going to be all or nothing, this one. I'm prepared if it is. So it's just carrying straight on. There was a little route going the other way, but I didn't want that one, so come straight through the gate. Heading down here, and then we need to take a right when we get to like a little crossroad of a path crossroad, not a road. Take a right up to a main road, and then try crossing a main road, which is never pleasant. I've got a pain in my knee, so it's getting quite painful. I don't know if I've pulled something, it's hard to know at this point, because I don't think I have, but it hurts to put weight on, so it has slowed me down a little bit. And between that and the toilet, I'm now looking forward to getting back. But we're not far now, so that's fine. So when I get to this is the path where that house is. I don't know if it's a house, but building. I think it's a house. When I get to that path and turn right up to the road, and then when I cross the road, I'm going back into Longshaw at that point. So I am nearly back now, and I can rest it. But I'm glad that I chose the walk I chose for that reason. So that obviously I didn't know it was going to do that. But I think if I'd have chose one with a lot of hill, I'd have been probably struggling. This has been fairly mild on hill. It has had some. It's had some steeper sections, but not much and not for long. So it's been steady inclines on it. So all in all, it's as good a walk as I could have picked this week. And have a rest through the week. Hope it gets right for next week's walk. So this is the path / road, like an entryway, isn't it, for cars onto the land. And over there, that's the road, so I'm going to cross over that, and then I'll be at Wooden Pole, which is an area of Longshaw Estate. But it's still a different path to go back as the one we came in on, you know, the last one we came on. So it's all in all, it is a nice circular route, but they do run quite close to each other. Well, this lovely lady just stopped me to warn me that there's a bull down here. She says it didn't bother her and she had a dog, but she wanted to warn me. So she says some other people have just turned around and gone a different way because of it, and it does look like the bull and the cows are on the road. Like so, but she came through with a dog, so I'm going to assume that I'm going to be okay here. My bladder is more controlling the situation than I am, because I really don't want to go the other way if I can avoid it. Just have to hope that the bull is okay. It is a bit scary, but apparently you've also got to stand up to them, so, and not be scared. Some of them do look young, and I don't like that. But this lady just came through with a dog and she was fine. They also don't look bothered. They must know I'm here by now, and they don't look bothered at all. Hello. Okay, so that went fine. Yeah, so the cows were fine. There was one that did make a noise that was not as bad as what that one made that day, but it was something similar, distressed. So, Wooden Pole. I can't remember the significance of Wooden Pole. I have seen why it's called that. I think it was I think it was pack horse route. That's it. It was pack horse route, and the Wooden Pole was a like a route marker. I think we call it way marker or something. And yeah, it was called Wooden Pole, and now that's what this area is called. So nice grassy path this time, taking us back. Well, I'm nearly back at the car park and the visitor centre now as well, so I can go for my wee. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, feel free to share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.